Hello, my name is Julianne. I will be your social worker for today.
Okay, hi.
Um, what is your daughter's name?
Her name is Jennifer.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be taking some notes down. Um, just let you know. Okay.
That's totally fine with me.
And what is your name?
My name is Kelly.
Kelly. Beautiful name.
Thank you.
Okay, so...
My husband used to tell me that my name was beautiful, and then that bastard.
Oh,
It's been so rough raising
bet.
a daughter in just a crazy situation with my husband, but I'm sorry I interrupted you. Continue.
No, it's totally fine. It's okay that you can express your emotions during the session.
Thank you.
I want you to be as comfortable as you can be. Okay, so again, your daughter, what is her name?
Jennifer.
Okay, and her date of birth?
January 5th.
Oh, I thought it was November, but okay. All right, so her age?
She's 17.
Okay. And I take it as she's a female?
Yes. Or as far as I know, she is.
Oh, goodness, you never know. These kids nowadays, not just kids, people.
Yes, the
people.
world is constantly changing, and it's just beyond me. I just want things to stay the same.
Well, that's life. Changes a lot. Okay, so I'm going to ask you about your current household and family information.
Okay.
How many people live in your household?
Right now, well, I have a son,
Oh.
and he's in his early 20s. He just turned 22. Then my daughter, Jennifer, and my good-for-nothing, awful husband. We're separated, but he's still living at the home because he doesn't have the money to move out, but his bitch, she's staying in the basement.
Oh, in your house?
Yes. Because I don't have control. The bottom half of the house is his, but the top half is mine.
Oh my God, wow. How do you manage that? That's not awkward?
Well, we have a strict schedule. You come to the kitchen at this time, and I go to work at this time, and you come here, and I take Jennifer to school, and I take Tyler to college, and then we just work it out like that. And you know what? He stays in his basement with his bitch, and that's fine.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. It sounds like you have a crazy household, but you guys may manage to make it work by setting up schedules and times.
Yes.
To be in the kitchen. Everything will fall into place soon, I
hope. Thank you. I hope so as well.
Okay, so what is your reason for seeking counseling for your child?
Well, I caught Jennifer smoking weed a couple of weeks ago, and this has been I've always smelt it in the house, and I kind of just, I said, I'm going to let this time slide, and you know what, I've been letting it slide for so many weeks and so many months.
So you knew?
I knew, I've known for a while, of course,
Have you ever mentioned anything?
Well, I once mentioned that there was a skunk smell in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
But, I made it as a joke, but, I thought she'd come to and she'd confess, but she didn't. And you know what? I understand she's 17. She wants to explore the world, and that's fine. That's what I did at her age, and that's totally okay. But it's just not good for her. And you know what? If I were with her, I would tell her, you can do it. Outside of my house. I just don't want my house smelling like skunk.
So, if she was to tell you that she smokes marijuana, you would tell her that it's okay to smoke outside of the house?
Well, I think it's okay to do occasionally. If it's something that she's doing occasionally with friends, I don't totally feel comfortable with her doing, but I think smoking marijuana is better than her smoking the heroin.
Yeah. Any drug is bad for your body, first of all.
They have tons of studies about marijuana, and in Colorado, all these people are going to Colorado to get the great medical marijuana for their children, and, if it's something that'll help them, that's totally okay, and it's just, what? These days, the world is changing, and people are going to the state to get these great drugs for their children who need the help, and that's great for them. But I just don't want my house to smell like skunk. I'm sick of it smelling like skunk. I have so many air things all over the house. I have the plug-in things. I have so much stuff around the house, and I'm sick of buying them, wasting money. I'm probably spending more money per week on air fresheners so my house doesn't smell like skunk than she smells on the actual skunk.
Okay.
Spends.
Okay. That's okay. Which brings us back to the question. Why do you want your daughter to have these sessions?
Well, I think
What's the reason?
I think the real reason, I really want her to get help and get counseling with what's going on between me and my husband, because I know that it's not a normal situation for a child to be in, to have half the house allocated for one family member and for the other. There shouldn't be a schedule plastered on each floor where you should be per time of the house. It's just, I know that's not normal. That's how things were when I was a child in my house. But I know now, that it's not normal, and it's probably very difficult for her to deal with the arguments and having the bitch that lives downstairs. It's probably very difficult for her. So I think it'd be a great way for her to, get her feelings out and talk with a therapist. I'm always open to talk to her, but she always says, "Mom, you're too much of a hippie. I don't want to talk to you." And, I try to give her space,
Are you guys close?
Well, I like to think we are. We have our incense sessions.
Your incense session?
Yes, every night before she goes to bed, I bring sage into her room because it's cleansing for the environment. And you light the sage, and then you wave it around, and then we meditate together. And
that's nice.
I thought so. I thought that was us bonding, but I do sense, because I can sense energies.
Yeah.
And I really do sense that her energy is very, she kind of has a down energy and a very negative energy. And I think that's because of what's going on with my husband and the bitch that lives in the basement. So I think that'd be so great for her to just talk to somebody.
Oh, that's okay. That's why I'm here. And that's why she'll be here. Okay? Okay, so your child's development.
Yes.
Okay. Were there any complications when you were pregnant or while delivering your child?
Well, when I was giving birth to Jennifer, they told us that she was upside down and it was going to be a breech birth. So she was born the opposite way.
Okay. That sounds painful.
Well, I was okay. No, they gave me all these great drugs in the hospital, so I was fine. There was this one nurse that came in and she gave me, all the anesthetics and all of the, painkillers that I needed to give birth, but then she went off duty.
Oh, no. Sounds horrible.
But then another nurse came in.
Oh, yeah.
And gave me more, so it was fine for me.
Oh, goodness. All right.
But
so
you know what, maybe, I guess complications at birth, that could have been, the amount of stuff that I had in my system. The world doesn't know what these drugs can do for children. The shots. You know what? They told me not to, I have a guru circle, and they told me don't vaccinate your children. It leads to Down syndrome, it leads to autism. And you know what? I had to give her a flu shot because I said, I don't want my daughter to get the flu. I don't want my daughter to get chickenpox. So I did give her 2 shots, and
that is recommended.
I've really felt so guilty my whole life about giving her these shots because I know we're not supposed to vaccinate our children. I know it. In my heart of hearts, I know it.
I'm pretty sure these doctors, they come up with medicine.
Doctors are wrong. Doctors don't know anything.
Well, positives and negatives. Okay, does your child have any health problems at all?
Well, let's see. Growing up, she had a gluten allergy. So I wouldn't let her have gluten. Nobody told me that she had the allergy.
Uh-huh.
But
so she is, okay.
But I didn't want her to eat bread, and I didn't want her, so we gave her matzah, and she just ate her matzah, peanut butter and jelly on her matzah, and that's what we gave to her.
So as of now, she's gluten-free. She's allergic to gluten?
No, she's
she's
not.
Good now?
She's fine.
Okay, just when she was younger.
No, I just didn't want her to have it.
Oh, so she didn't have an allergy.
I don't think she did. I'm not sure. We
Okay.
still haven't gotten her tested. Maybe that's what we should do for her.
All right. I mean, I'm pretty sure if she was to eat anything with gluten, something would go wrong. She would have any type of allergies, and then you would know that she's allergic. But that's not a health problem as of now.
Well, when she eats dinner, she's downstairs on the floor. I'm not around during dinner. That's when my husband and the bitch that lives in the basement, that's when they have their dinner. I have my dinner at 8 o'clock. It's separate.
Your daughter eats downstairs with them?
Yes.
Does she?
She does.
How often?
Well, he has her on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I have her Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. She can go out wherever she wants. If she wants to go with her brother, she wants to go to her boyfriend's house, I let her do that. But that's what her father and the bitch that lives in the basement wants her to do. So that's, it's fine. You gotta be easygoing. You gotta let things happen where they may, and that's fine. It's fine. I just,
Okay. Her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like him? How is your relationship with him?
Well, I've met him once, and he drives a very nice car. And, well, he brought me this huge basket of cookies, which was so nice of him. But, I don't really, I'd love to meet him more and have him have dinner with us, but, I just haven't had the opportunity.
Maybe that would be a good idea to have him come more if she feels more comfortable with him.
Yeah, that'd be great. And then on that day, the bitch lives in the basement won't have to come, and he could have her space at the table. So.
Yeah. Okay, so do you have any concerns with your son and your daughter using alcohol?
Well, my son is 22, so I have no problem.
Jennifer.
Right. Well, as long as it's done at home, I don't mind. I just don't like when she goes out because I don't know who she's drinking with. But as long as it's at home and it's in a safe environment and I'm here supervising her drinking, I don't mind.
So you don't mind?
No.
As long as she does it under the house?
And as long as, it's not, I don't want her to make a mess. As long as they clean up after themselves, because I don't want my house to smell like alcohol.
Okay, so what I have here is that when you caught her under the act of whatever she was doing,
right?
You called her crazy, psychotic, she needs help.
Right.
Do you think that was a good reaction? Did you think about how she would feel?
I thought it was crazy because she was smoking my weed.
Your weed?
Yes. I mean,
okay.
I grow it in the backyard. I also grow carrots and tomatoes. Oh, and I just thought it was crazy that she couldn't ask my permission to have some. Because if she wanted a little bit, I'll do a little bit with her, and that's okay. But the stuff that she gets, wherever she gets it from, I don't know what these kids are doing these days. But whoever she gets it from, it just smells like skunk. And I don't like skunks. If it smelled like a cat or a rabbit or a little raccoon.
A little raccoon.
I'd be fine with it.
But it smells like a skunk. Have you thought about group therapy? With you and your daughter?
I'm totally open for that.
Possibly your ex-husband?
Well, I'm sure.
For the sake of your daughter? For
the sake of my daughter, I'm open for it. As long as his slut doesn't come, I'm totally fine.
Understandable. I'm pretty sure you would understand. Well, I hope you would understand
right.
that. Okay. We're ending our session now.
Okay.
Just one last question. What are some strengths about your daughter that you see as her mother?
Well, I think that she's very, she's very loving. My son, when he was in the hospital, he broke his leg. She brought him soup and she brought him tomatoes from the yard, and I thought it was very caring. She's very caring. She's very courageous. I mean, there was, a squirrel that fell out of the tree, and she took the squirrel and she ran up the tree and she put it back in there because it was a child squirrel, and she put it back with its mom. So I thought it was very courageous of her to go out, because animals, animal mothers, they can be very vicious.
Yes.
And I thought it was very great of her to do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought it was very courageous of her.
That's great that you see a lot of strengths in her.
Of course.
Does she take after mommy?
Well, I wish she'd come more to our guru circles. I mean, we have these great circles where we pass around tea, and she just doesn't want to come with us. But you know what? It's a different world. I used to, we used to go to the Himalayan mountains and we used to ride elephants. But she just doesn't want to do that with me. I feel like a great bonding exercise is for us to ride an elephant together.
That sounds like something interesting. Okay, so since you're interested in these group sessions, I will look for further information about the
that'd
sessions.
be great. I would appreciate that.
I will, during your next session with your daughter, I will tell her about the group sessions.
Okay.
And see if she's interested. And we'll set that up, and we'll possibly give your ex-husband a call and see if he's interested. And I'll make sure I tell him not to bring
the bitch in the basement. Right. Okay.
All right, so it was a pleasure to meet you today.
It was so nice to meet you, Julianne.
I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.